like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Yes, I'm in a dark lipstick today, honey. I'm in a dark lipstick today. But yeah, I got some new lipstick. I know it's a whole different look, but I like it, I do. I think I should have on a white shirt, but I don't feel like changing shirts. It is what it is. But I hope everyone had a great day today. This is a special little vlog because I was just on YouTube earlier and was looking through some things or whatever, and I came across ATLien's little, I think she was on Instagram Live, but they ended up putting it on YouTube. And honey, it was supposed to be about Kaya and T.S. Madison. In some kind of way, all kind of tea was being spoken about Funky Dineva. And because I am, I blog about different shows and celebrity news and stuff like that. And we know Funky Dineva is one of the popular bloggers on YouTube. ATLien is also popular within the celebrity blogger world or whatever. We all know I think mostly people know the whole situation where, Funky Dineva was living at ATLien's place, was renting it from her, one of her properties, and he ended up not paying her some money. It was a whole debacle about him being evicted, her saying that he stole a washer and a dryer and fucked up her whole house, and how it was dog piss and dog poop all over. Say he fucked everything up. They went back and forth on social media a lot about it. He did a video about it. She did a video about it. It was all crazy. But in her little thing when she started talking about Kaya and T.S. Madison, I think it's because she was on her IG Live, and so people were asking her questions, and honey, she was answering them, but I was just sipping all this tea, honey, all this tea that was going on, and I'm looking like, cause I watch Funky Dineva, I really do. I'm a Funky Dineva fan, I really am, and for me, when the whole thing came out, and Funky Dineva, whose real name was Quentin, gave his side of everything, I felt like, I know how it can be, how some landlord would be like, you fucked up my whole house, and it'd be like something little, you know what I'm saying? We know how that can happen with people. I remember seeing video that ATLien shot, and I believe Funky Dineva's response to that was, those were things that was messed up when I got there, so I wasn't gonna fix the shit because it wasn't my house. Now we know that he had owed so much money. He had went on his own and did a video after a while, and he said yes, he did owe that lady some money. Some things had happened and he had got behind a little bit. He brought up how his mom passed away, how he was trying to do things about that. And some things just happened, okay? He admitted that in his own video that he did on his YouTube. But this had to be last year, if not 2 years ago. It probably was two years ago that it happened. And, so he admitted that he did some things wrong. But he was just saying, like, he was saying how, one, he did not take no washer and no dryer. And he did not owe her as much money as she was saying that he owed. That had all happened. She took him to court, had got a judgment on him, as she said. She said that he had owed her about $6,100, and that was, of course, 2 years ago. Honey, but all this, she went to bringing up how, Funky Dineva was the one who caused a rift between Mariah and Quad from Married to Medicine. I'm looking like, we do know that he is all, because if you watch Funky Dineva, he do say how he have all this inside information, and sometimes he don't give up the inside info. So sometimes I do feel like, well, damn, I feel like if you had the inside info, but you can't tell me, then don't tell me you have it. So he said over time, because Married to Medicine is on season, I think 5. So I remember during season 1, when all that stuff was going on, how he kept on saying, I know Quad, I know Mariah, and I know this and I know that, and I was around at the restaurant where they got to arguing and stuff. So we do know that he do be around these people from at least these Atlanta shows. So she brought up how he was a reason, not the reason, but a reason that there was a rift or a continued rift between Quad and Mariah from Married to Medicine. She then also said that how he was also involved in some sort of way in the rift between Madison and Kaya. Not saying he's the rift, he is one of them, meaning sometimes if a situation between two people is going on, he could possibly be a person not trying to fix it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to break it because it's already broken, but he ain't trying to fix it. And again, this ain't my tea. This is what ATLien was saying on her goddamn on thing. So I don't make the news. As fucking I even say, I don't make the news. I just report it. So, because this is things that I didn't know. I was just like, oh my God, she just speaking and speaking and speaking. So she was saying that, she then brought up how, he is on drugs and how some of the things that Kai was saying on her video about Funky Dineva was true. She like, he is on drugs. People all around know he on drugs. He been on drugs for years. Now again, Funky Dineva admitted in his own vlog 2 days ago when he went off on Kaya. He admitted, yes, he has done drugs. Yes, he has done coke, Molly, I think ecstasy and like weed or whatnot. He admitted that, honey. But ATLien was making it seem like this man out here just smoking all the booger sugar. He getting all the cocaine up his nose. I mean, shit, like he is actively still high on a daily basis, and that's the reason why he don't be having no jobs, honey. I'm like, bitch, what? Because Kaya was saying when she saw him snort some cocaine, it wasn't like recently, like it wasn't like yesterday. And ATLien was like, everybody know he do drugs. He's always done drugs. He's always high. I said, well, bitch, is he? Just spill all this tea. Saying how he don't like black women, and that's why he has a platform where he dresses up in a wig with red lipstick and call himself a classy rich white woman because he don't like black women. She was saying how he always going in on black women, and that's it because he hates black women. Also saying how he don't like Kaya, he wish he had Kaya's platform. Now I'm gonna speak on that real quick. I've been watching Funky Dineva for years. Truth be told, Funky Dineva is the reason that I started doing my own. I made my own YouTube channel because I'm looking like, well, hell, if he can do it, so the fuck can I. Because the same way I come on here and I talk is the same way I was on Facebook and my own Instagram commenting about videos. I just never thought to put it on YouTube and make money from it. So, I can honestly say that, Funky Dineva is the commentary blogger who inspired me to make Jiggly's Corner. And I'm still fresh and new. As y'all know, I've only been on YouTube since April of 2017, done my vlog, my videos, reviews or whatever. But I can say, I can give credit where credit is due. I had watched him for years and he was the reason I started this. Now, with her saying how Funky Dineva wants Kaya's spot, I don't think that's true. I think there is room for many people on YouTube who review things, who do them different ways. I don't think that Funky Dineva has any less presence on YouTube than Kaya. I think even if Kaya been doing things a little bit longer because she had her little song career or whatnot, I don't think he want Kaya's position, because my thing is, I don't watch Kaya, and Kaya don't really review shows like Dineva does. She doesn't at all. Funky Dineva really watch shows and then make, do the comments or whatever. Kaya just be mean-spirited reading bitches all day, and she might comment about things going on all day. And does Dineva do that? Yes, he does, but I think it's still two different lanes, and I don't think he has any feelings to where I gotta take Kaya's spot. I think that was a little bit too much. Now, they might not like each other. We can't deny that Kaya and Funky Dineva ain't the best of the friends. They might not like each other, but I think there's room for them both. I don't think he don't want Kaya on YouTube, because my thing is, her being on YouTube ain't gonna stop his checks, and him being on YouTube ain't gonna stop her checks. They two separate entities. It is what it is. Not saying how he hates black women, how he always going off on black women. At times he do go hard, but I feel like he go hard on whoever. The only person I've seen him go hard on is Kim, and that's because Kim be on Atlanta Housewives. I think it's easy to say someone goes hard on black women when they only review black shows. You know, fucking Dineva don't review too many other shows. You know what I'm saying? Lord Jesus, he started, you know, doing the VH1 shows, and they were primarily black shows. So my thing is, of course, he's going off on black women because that's who are on the show. But if you watch him, he also praised the people who he like, as anybody do. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of how it go. I don't think he ever has watched or reviewed any other shows. You know, me, I watch Teen Mom, I watch, you know, 911, I watch you know, The Little Women in Atlanta. I watch other shows. Well, I review all kind of shows. Love at the Lockup, I review different shows, so I have the opportunity to go in on people of different races. I don't recall Funky Dineva doing other shows besides black shows. And the reason I do other shows is because I wanted to spread myself, you know, across the world. You know, if you only review certain shows, you're only gonna get a certain audience. So I like all kind of shows, but you know, it is what it is. She brought up how he don't have a place to live, how, you know, he don't even live in Atlanta anymore, how he moved back to Miami. And I do recall him saying that he was going somewhere, and I do know his set changed a couple of times, and I knew the reason for that was wherever he was living, he wasn't living there anymore. So I noticed that, you know, I did notice a couple of times he just wasn't on anymore, and I assumed it was because he was on Sister Circle, but we're gonna get to that in a minute. She said how he had been sleeping on people's couches, how he was basically going from house to house and things like that. And the reason I don't know if I can take that 100% to be truth is because I feel like when you're not friends with someone and y'all ain't vibing, I can't trust everything you say. So I take everything she said with a grain of salt. Like, it might be her truth, it could be her truth. You know what I'm saying? But I can't say, okay, well, she's taking all facts. Well, she's giving us tea. It's opinions, it's rumors, but she's saying it, and I was sucking it up, okay? And, you know, so I don't know. What I can say, the reason it sounds like there may be some kind of truth to it is he is recording somewhere completely different than where he used to be. I can say that where he was recording before in the house when I knew he was in Atlanta, he ain't there no more. And when he talk now, he don't talk like he's in Atlanta. He speaks about things from Miami. I thought he was just visiting Miami. You know, she said he's moved to Miami. And I'm like, well, okay, you know, news to me. So, I'm like, well, okay. She also brought up how, you know, because she had sued him and they had gotten a garnishment against him for the money that he owed for that house that she said he messed up, allegedly. How she was awarded a $6,100 settlement or whatever. And she said, you know, she had, you know, when someone gets a settlement, they have to go after you for the money if you don't have a regular job. Honey, she said that she went after his dang on AdSense. You know, AdSense is how, you know, we get paid on YouTube. And she said that he had put his AdSense account in someone else's name. I said, bitch, what? You know, when you have a judgment against a person, if they don't have a job, you can't garnish them. So if he has a YouTube, I keep moving my shirt because the microphone right here, as y'all see. You know, if he has his AdSense account where he's on YouTube, but if the payments coming in isn't coming into his name, they can't garnish. Even if he's doing the work, if he's on there doing the videos, but the checks ain't coming to his name, she can't get paid. So she said she couldn't get paid that way. So again, she said this happened 2 years ago. She said so it wasn't until he was on Sister Circle that she started getting checks. So started getting paid to where it would be like every 2 weeks she would get a certain amount of money, like maybe $200-$300, and she said so she got payments for 6 weeks worth of him working. You know, she then said, so the reason she posted that check that she posted on Instagram, which was like $1,300, which had his name on it, she was saying, I know she finally got paid. She said, well, yeah, because I hadn't got paid in 2 years. You know, I had been chasing him. Honey, she said chasing Dineva was like chasing a deadbeat father. I said, bitch, what? Okay. You know, it was just so much, oh my God, it was just so much tea that's being spilled. You know, saying how, he was always on other people's couches. He was couch surfing. That's why she couldn't, he couldn't pay her. And then she said, the only reason she got paid then was because, one, he was on Sister Circle. She said, but the reason she got the check was because he was actually terminated from Sister Circle. She said because since she had that default judgment, the paperwork she got from that employer said, this is how much you're getting paid, but you're not getting no more money from us because he doesn't work anymore. He's been terminated. I said, bitch. Now, we all know that he was on this little talk show, Sister Circle, which also had Quad is on there. Selena Johnson is on there. I watched maybe 2 episodes of it. I watched it because I was wondering what it was when Funky Dineva was on it. He was on there as Quentin Latham. He was not on there as Funky Dineva. He did not have his wigs and lipstick. He was not all extra. He was a completely different person. Who he probably is in regular life. And I didn't like the show. I thought he was watered down. He just wasn't who I knew him to be on YouTube. I thought they microphones was too loud. I felt like Quad was too damn loud. It was too much for me. I didn't like the show, but I, praises to them. I hope they get a second season, or if they have gotten a second season, praise to them as well. But by the time I started watching it, he wasn't on it no more. You know what I'm saying? He was on a couple of episodes. He was no longer on the website. Like, he just was gone or whatever. So I figured, well, he must have got fired because everybody else still on it and it's still being promoted with the other ladies, but he not on it no more. So she was saying for whatever reason he got fired. Girl said probably he got fired because he was high on cocaine. I said, you gonna keep sending that man? I almost lost my voice. You gonna keep sending that man his on cocaine? So, I'm like, well, okay. So she said that's how she knew. Well, that's why she posted the picture of the check. She said because she was just happy because, again, I've been chasing him for 2 years trying to get my money, and I got some of my money, and now he still owed me like $5,700. And I thought to myself, I know how much I make on YouTube. Okay, I know how much I make on YouTube, and as I said, I am brand new. I'm not rich, not at all. You know what I'm saying? I ain't getting thousands and thousands of dollars, every month or whatever. But based on how much I know I'm getting paid, and based on how many views I have, the amount of views that I have in a month, he has sometimes in a day. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So I want you to get that together. The reason I do so many videos is because I have to do it just to even get to a certain amount of views per month or whatever. And so I'm like, he making money. Let's not get it twisted. He making money. The question just is, where's the money going? And I can say that just as a new YouTuber, knowing what my checks is like, I can imagine what his checks is like. So when she said, he ducking and dodging her by putting his assets account in someone else's name, I said, you know what? That sounds plausible. Because if he just don't want to pay her, he doesn't have to because the account isn't in his name, and so she keep being spent. But I'm like, truth be told, he could pay her he could have paid her the whole $6,100 from a monthly check. Okay. It could happen, especially if it's been 2 years. I know for a fact that he done made that amount 10 times over by the amount of views he gets per video. Funky Dineva put up a video, it's gonna get at least 5,000 views within the first day. At least 5,000 views. So I'm on her side, ATLien's, when she's saying that he ducking her, he don't want to pay her because, and I ain't counting that man money. Not by a long shot. I'm not counting that man money. I'm just saying I count my own money. And by counting my own money and by counting my own views and seeing they views, you can kind of count, 2 plus 2 is 4. I can do that much, and that's all I can do. So, that was the whole thing. But then she said that because whoever the girl was who he was getting his assets accounts in her name, him and the girl didn't fall out. She said so he probably had to put it back in his name, so she gonna go back to court again and try to get the assets garnished before he can change it again. I say she really out here chasing the deadbeat baby daddy, and I'm like, okay, I'm just okay. And she even brought up, how can he be talking about Kaya and saying how Kaya don't have no house, how Kaya don't have no car. Honey said that he don't have no car. He ain't never had no car since he lived in Atlanta. How he ain't never owned no house. How he been evicted even since she evicted him 2 years ago. That he's been evicted 3 or 4 times since then. I'm like, bitch, what? He's a consistent eviction person, and that would make sense in the thing if people is wondering why he keep moving. Because as y'all see, my set is my set. This is my goddamn, this is a part of my living room. Little part of my living room. When I change sets in about a month, it's only going to be because I'm getting the whole room together to be a set in my space. Okay. But I can say recently, within the past 6 months, 6, 7, 8 months, since I started my own YouTube, I have seen a change in, Funky Dineva's home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell that he's moved a couple times. But I thought he was, on to bigger and better things. I'm waiting to see if he's going to do a response to her video. I really think he should. Because, the things that she said, honey, is damaging to the gods. And it looks bad. And she said it like, he be lying and talking how people always lying on him. Ain't nobody lying on him. It's the truth. You can look this up. You can look that up. And I just feel like he either gonna ignore it because he thinks she don't matter, or the same way he went in on Kaya, he gonna go in on ATLien. Because I don't think he's mentioned her since he did that video a couple years. No, he did. He mentioned it in the one he did about Kaya. He said when he went back and seen how bad he went off on her, he said now he felt like he went too hard. He was embarrassed about what he said and what he did or whatever. But that's the most of I've heard him speak on ATLien since then, whose real name is Michelle Brown. And I was just shocked at the things she was saying. It was just all so freely that she was bringing it up. Even someone asked her, how he said the reason he had not paid her initially was because around the time that all this happened, his mom was sick. His mom had passed away. He was going to check on her, doing things for that. And how he tried to tell her that he was doing whatever else because of his mom's situation. Honey, she said, look, people kept saying, could I give him any leniency because his mom and dad? She said, no, I could not. She said, but only because the banks wasn't giving me, she said, my bank didn't care his mama died. And as harsh as that sound, as harsh and as hard as that sound, I can completely understand it, because my thing is, your bank don't care if you lose your job, if your arms fall off, if you owe them something, if you're trying to pay your own bills, and let's say you didn't send a check. Well, you shouldn't send checks out if the money ain't there. But I feel like it is a point to where your bills don't stop because someone passes away. And your business people don't care. They should, there should be some kind of leniency. They should. But she was truthful in what she said, my bills and my bank didn't care about what happened to that man. So I can't let him off the hook because it then fucks me over. And she also said how she's like, I was giving him chance after chance, month after month. She's like, he knew, everybody know your rent due on the 1st. On the 5th is late. After that, what I'm saying, I have to evict you. She said that she was sending him eviction notices every month because he was late every month for like 3 or 4 months in a row. And I said, well, damn, really? So the simple fact, we know partially what you're saying is absolutely true, because she got a garnishment from him. She went to court, and the judges won't give a person an amount they're asking for if they don't have some kind of proof that that's what they're entitled. I think she initially said that she was asking for $10,000. She said basically because that was for damages to the house. She said, but she ended up getting the $6,100 based on how much he owed in rent. Then said that he never showed up for court because he didn't have any proof he paid anything. She said because he didn't pay it. I think on his old video he was saying how he didn't owe her as much as she was saying. But I feel like the judge wouldn't have gave a garnishment, wouldn't approve the judgment for that amount if he could at least say, this is what I paid. You know what I'm saying? This is what I paid. She upcharging me. So who knows? But honey, I just had to get off. I was just like, oh my God. So what she's basically said is, one, he on drugs. He's still on drugs. He homeless. He ain't got no car. He on the booger sugar. He won't Kaya's spot. He causing issues between T.S. Madison and Kaya. He causing issues between Quad and Mariah on, the Married to Medicine, and he ducking and dodging like a goddamn baby daddy. Bitch, I'm like, look, ATLien, I might have to follow her on IG. I don't follow her on anything right now, but I was like, I was just sipping that tea all day, and I could not wait to come home and do a little video. So, you know what I'm saying? Here you guys go. I'm trying to give you guys different videos for different things, because I think y'all like my opinion on certain stuff, and I don't do with many of these freely videos of me just saying what I think on different stuff. So I'm gonna try to give you guys those more often than I have before, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you don't hate my lipstick, because I'm gonna wear it again in another video in a minute. So other than that, I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.